The main national ambulance service in Trinidad is operating without a license. The disclosure came at a meeting of the Joint Select Committee of Parliament inquiring into the National Emergency Ambulance Service today. As for the number of ambulances in Trinidad, the Chief Medical Officer at the Ministry of Health said there are enough units to service the island. But he said what's needed is more basic life support training in remote areas to address emergencies. Marie Hull reports.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Asif Ali, confirmed that Global Medical Response of Trinidad and Tobago has been operating without licenses for the past 13 years. But he said the ministry is working on addressing the matter.
GMRT is not in possession of a license. Member, through the chair, as I mentioned earlier, we are in the process of licensing providers. So what currently exists, GMRT is managed through the contractual arrangement. That is what governs the relationship between the ministry and GMRTT at this point.
A total of 40 ambulances from GMRTT are being used through a contractual agreement with the Ministry of Health. But Chief Medical Officer at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Roshan Parsaran, has said what's needed is not more ambulances, but more training.
In certain territories, for example, Toko, when we had the flooding recently, the vehicles would have not been able to traverse the flooding. I think we have to think beyond ambulances for those kinds of things. We have to think about the use of helicopters for reaching out, the use of voluntary networks like they do have in parts of the UK, where actually regular citizens are trained in certain levels of support, life support, and they are activated through our app network. So we have to think beyond the ambulances alone. But I think the numbers that they have in terms of the response in their reports have been adequate thus far.
It was also disclosed that there is no inspection unit for ambulances, and the workload is being shared by other departments within the ministry. Legal advisor of the Ministry of Health outlined steps being taken to address the urgent gaps.
We do take your point, and we have started the process. We needed to put the regulatory committee in place. We have gotten nominations from the RHAs, and the minister has his reps. We only are waiting on one, which is national security, and as soon as we get that, we will initiate. The committee has to do the recommendation with respect to the provider license. So we expect the first, at least during December.
In case of a medical emergency, the number to call to access the National Ambulance Service is toll-free 811. Marie Hall, TTT News.